boy. Sorry. Did I scare you? My bad. I I guess this tall grass is surprisingly good cover. Noted. I thought you were never going to show up. I've just been waiting out here for you for ages. I suppose that reaction makes up for the wait. Gave me a good laugh. Honestly, you should have seen your face. Okay, I'll stop laughing. Okay. I needed that. Were you finalizing things for school? Guess there's a lot more to do than I thought there would be. I bet you're pretty pleased with yourself for getting into a fancy little academy, aren't you? How did that letter go again? We are so ever pleased to accept you as a student of blah blah school. There are many things to do in preparation for your arrival. Please pack up a few fancy bow ties in your suitcase for your uniform. There will be a first-year celebration, so be sure to attend these mandatory lessons in the art of dance. Honestly, what does that have anything to do with prepping for school? What are you going to be learning the entire time? How to celebrate? Okay, I know there was a lot more to the letter, but it was basically the main points they made. Other than the book gathering and the pre-tests you've got to do. Okay, and that too. No wonder you're so busy nowadays. I hope you enjoy it, though. It sounds like it'll be a whole lot more pleasant than whatever I'll be up to, certainly. Yeah. I don't think it will be very easy here on out. Well, I get the gist of what will be happening. I had one of the recruiters visit me. I don't think you were here that day, but I'll obviously be headed to Azure to a training camp for a few months, learning the basics on top of what I already know. Yeah, everything military is pretty much based in Targathon. Eventually, though, we do return to our original towns to serve if we'd like. But training is all centered in Targathon. I wish it wasn't necessarily so. At least diversify a little bit. I know the main threat is at Targathon, but it would be useful to have training centers in other places. At least more central. Maybe one to the west. But I suppose learning on the border is the best thing. But sometime after the training is over, I'll be made a squire for the time being. Until it's time to transfer over to the border. Yeah, everyone has to serve on the border for at least a year or two. Yep, we'll be given a company to work with. And sometime after that, you're given inland duty, manning an observation tower, living at a base for a year. After you can be transferred out, or to the Imperial Guard for another few years till your contract is up, or whenever you want to renew. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It would still obviously be an honor. But I also want to know what it was like for my father. He spent so many years out in the silt. I want to know what it was like for him. Live up to his legacy. I'll see how it'll go. if I can really tough it out. Thanks for the confidence boost. But really, I've trained every single day here since I was little. I've done as much as I can, I think. But I can be confident in my skills as much as I want to be, but I won't really know what it will be like until I get there, into the thick of it. Yes, I have to go, Taryn. It's my dream, after all. Just like how being a bigwig scholar is yours. You know, I wish we could have spent more time together. I feel like we've hardly seen each other lately. It's certainly been busy for the both of us. But I've been feeling kinda lonely. Well, of course. Don't tell me you didn't miss me either. You're my closest and dearest friend, so of course I did. What am I gonna do without you? At least there's lots to keep us busy in between. To think. It'll be our first time really apart since we met. Isn't it funny how much time has passed already? You're just a runt when I first found you hiding in those bushes. Imagine if I never did. Maybe you would have escaped off the grounds, or even... Well, I wouldn't like to imagine whatever outcome there might have been. But look at you now. Boy, mage, extraordinaire, and scholar. You've gotten a lot healthier in the past few years as well, which, thank goodness. You're all skin and bones when you first arrived. And I've certainly changed a lot too. So much more control and precision. I can fully use my power now. Okay, well, maybe. I don't really want to accidentally blow up a building if I try too hard. Either way, Miss Tilly is quite pleased with me. But most of the credit must be given to you, of course. Please, you were up with me for nights on end till we were giggling deliriously about runes. It is kind, though, for you to think that I have a talent in magic. Well, there aren't really any schools that focus on the use of magic, are there? If there were, perhaps I'd like to hone my skills even more. But there's hardly any of us around that use magic anyhow to create a school solely for it. We all rely on relatives or tutors. It's a big privilege to have it, but surely there would be so many more advantages if the common folk could use it too. Half of all magic is practical anyway. It could be used for just so many more things. Like light magic. Attunement to light is plenty easy. Aptitude is an entirely different question. If more people could practice and hone their skills, just imagine how many more healers we could have. How many less people would need to suffer for longer periods of time. I wonder if the gods would ever allow for it. But I suppose for now we must make do. Those that are noble, that are kind enough, will give their services. But I certainly know quite a snooty few that would refuse to give up even a second of their time. When I lived with my father, we would give out our services whenever we could. It was our duty, and even after he relinquished his titles, he continued to act for the everyday person. Never on condition, never with greed in mind. Of course, I could only mend small wounds at the time, but still, I did my very best because I wanted to. But I'm sure while I'm out there, I'll be practicing my skills anyhow, even without any formal training. I would assume that my healing skills will be quite coveted while I'm out there. Surely I'll have a teacher. I know. Use too much and I'll suffer. I've got plenty of burns, so I am well aware of the drawbacks. I know, I must conserve my mana, but it is necessary sometimes. The sacrifice. Hey, don't worry. I'll do my best to preserve myself. Tear? I'll be okay. I haven't even left yet, and you're looking at me like I'm a dead woman walking. See? Still warm. Still very alive. Still here. It's okay, you don't have to pull away like that, you know? You're acting like I'm blighted. I don't mind it, I'm just holding your hand. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Does it look like I care about all that? So what if I debuted? No one cares. We're in a field quite far away from the main estate. No servants are gonna peek through the grass and run back to report to my aunt that we're close, and then it's ruining my reputation. You're so silly. We were much closer when I needed to heal you way back then. But if you feel uncomfortable, I'll let go. Tear, enough of the games. Just tell me what you want. Shy, are we? Well, that's quite surprising considering it all. Don't think I haven't noticed. Your hugs go on for much longer than one would think necessary. Whenever your skin grazes mine, it's all too warm. Your stares have been far too longing, too persistent. You've been caught red-handed. You know, I've been staring too. Perhaps you haven't noticed it. I can't help it. You've always been so breathtaking. Shush. I do not aim to flatter you. I'm just telling the truth. I love the soft curve of your cheeks and the harsh edges along your nose, the softness of your hands, the way you stand just a bit taller than me. You are a true friend, and yet so much more than that. I don't know when it started, and as scary as it may be to say, I've had very fond feelings for you. I can feel the blood rushing to my face as I say it now. I must be red as one of those apples you love so much. I would hope perhaps you stare at me for a similar reason. If I am mistaken, I am so terribly sorry, but I couldn't leave without letting you know today. Dare? Hello? Are you that surprised? Honestly, I thought you would have figured me out by now. Yes. Really. I do. What about you? You are impossibly frustrating sometimes. Spit it out. You do? Good. I was hoping so. You think I'd ask for all those hugs all the time for no good reason? It's a little embarrassing to say, but every time I asked, I was simply wanting a small sliver of what I wanted for us, but that I couldn't have. Apologies for being a little selfish. But I was desperate for your touch. I told you your hugs are the best. I never want to let go once you have me in your arms. I should have confessed sooner. Really, I was afraid, of course. If you were to reject me, it would have been incredibly awkward between us. I would have felt so foolish. I would have felt so foolish. I would have asked one of my cousins to dig a hole for me to jump into. At least, if you hadn't returned my feelings today, I could go off with little regret. Now, I don't want to leave you. Especially when we've just begun. I always lose myself a little when I'm around you. Whatever composure or false confidence I have just melts away, and I'm just left bare before you. So, will you hold me for a little while? Yes. Just like this. There. I'm afraid of leaving. It's my dream, and yet I hate to leave all this behind. Everything I know and everyone I love. It'll be years before I see you all again. What if I forget? The rolling hills, the trails, the lake, the village. My uncle's burly laugh, my aunt's constant nagging, my cousin's silly and vulgar jokes, Miss Tilly's advice. You. The way we are now, it'll all have changed. Isn't that scary? You're right. There is good in change, and nothing really ever stays the same, does it? You'll be going through lots of changes, and so will I. But I'll miss you. I'll miss you so terribly. I wish we could just stay here in this field together forever. Aaron, could I make a request? Since it's my special day. I want to know how it feels. How you feel. I never want to forget this moment. Make me never forget it. I'm sure it's you. I want you. It's you who I'll wait for. Promise me you'll write back. Promise me we'll return to one another. Promise you'll be mine. I promise. I promise. I'm yours. Always. To my dear book boy. It's been a hard few weeks. I'm sorry I couldn't respond to your letter in a timely fashion. I'm still learning the ropes here at ahhhhhh before I head off to the border. Thanks to the holiday, I've finally gotten the time to write. When I'm off to the border, I'll be able to write more, since I won't be running around doing errands all day. Hopefully less errands, anyway. I'll likely be there in a few months, perhaps at the end of the year. Which reminds me, I hope your preparations for school has been well. I know you'll be off in a few months, and I know that you'll do fantastically. You'll be a powerful mage, no doubt. With your skills, I'm surprised you didn't head off earlier. I hope you'll make your dreams come true, whatever they might be. I miss you dearly. I know 5 years is a long while, and I look forward to seeing you again. There are many things I couldn't say to you that day I left, and I will have many things to say to you that I cannot convey through ink. Soon, my dearest bookworm. Eara, your knight. Dearest book boy, how's school? Have you made many friends? I hope you're in good company. I have made a few friends here. We often patrol the border in turns, share food, and talk. Though their company is nothing compared to yours. I wish to hear you ramble on about those runes and emblems and the magic of impulse. You're so incredibly clever with theory. I only wish I could be half as good as you when it comes to magic. All I know is how to blast fire from my fists and swing a sword good. Though I wouldn't discount my smarts either. I think I might be the brightest of my lot. I'll be stuck with these people for the next year or so, but that'll be okay. You know, I still can't recall which school you'll be attending. Wherever it is, I hope it has better weather than here. It's freezing cold, no snow or ice. Sometimes the ground is red hot, and sometimes it feels like nothing at all. I must commend the Targathons for their dedication to protecting us all. I will be heading into the thick of it soon. I'll be stationed at a tower for the next year, a few miles in. I won't be able to send letters very frequently, but I'll still try my best. May the god of dreams look over us. May the maiden god shield us. I miss you, Book Boy. Keep me in your thoughts. Your knight, Eara. Dear Bookie, the days here are unbearably cold. There's little to do but look out at the barren land. We have heard of talks, of outposts much farther, struggling. Cursed generals have been working to knock us down, but we won't let it happen. My company will likely be sent further as reinforcement, perhaps in the new year. I don't know how we will fare, but I think we'll be fine. These are the strongest folk I know. I've also been studying more magic, thanks to the notes you've sent me. I would have preferred some new socks and biscuits, but I appreciate it all the same. I think I've genuinely gotten better. You should write a book. I hope you are warm and happy. I'm sure you must be busy with your studies, but I do wish you could send me letters more frequently. I can't believe it's almost been 2 years now. I miss you by my side. Talk soon, Book Boy. Yours always, Eara. Dearest Taryn, I miss you. I hate it here. I've lost too many people in the past few weeks. It's like they're picking at us like crows. I keep hearing voices. I can never tell if they're real or not. I've never been so afraid. Is this what my father had to endure? Please write back soon. I know my letters take a long time to send, and for me to receive yours, but it's been too long. I miss you. I need you. I need these next few years to go by quick. Write soon? Yours, Eara. Dear Taryn, I know you must be incredibly busy, but please, it would bring me a little relief to receive a letter from you again. I'll make it short and sweet. We've moved further up. I don't know if I'll be able to endure this. I'll keep rereading your letters until you send me another. I miss you, Eara. Tare, I am so grateful for your latest letter, however brief it was. It gives me hope that I will return home soon. In the next 2-ish years at the latest. It sounds like school's been rather eventful. As silly as it sounds, I wish I could be at a stupid ball again soon. Miss you. So much. Eara. Tear. I have sent so many letters, and yet no replies. I hope you haven't forgotten me. It's my 4th year here now. It's bleak. Most of my original company is gone. Defeated and ground into dust. I couldn't save them all. During one fight, I managed to drag one body back. I don't know if they'll ever wake up again. I tried my best. They'll be sending replacement units soon. I'm still hearing the voices around me. I feel like I'm going insane. It's a voice so familiar, I'm afraid to whisper their name. His body was never found after all. I think it might be him. I don't know if I'll survive to the 5th year. If I'll be honest. But rereading your letters gives me much hope. I look forward to the next time. Eara. Tear. The days are so very long here. I tend to write multiple letters in one go, since a messenger can only arrive every 2 months. I'm sorry if I'm flooding your inbox with letters. I've nearly lost everyone and everything. Your letters, and the hopes of returning to you, are the only thing I have left. I don't know if I will survive. I've done everything I can to preserve those around me, but more than the wounds that consume us, the fear and the sight of nothingness ahead plagues our minds. That I am a daughter of Elaysia, the maiden. I will prevail. I won't lose anyone else. I hope to be with you soon. Eara. Tear, have you forsaken me? 2 years of no replies. I wonder if any letters have made it to you at all. A few months ago I received a letter from my brother, so where have you gone? Write soon, please. Eara. There. I feel like the world around me is collapsing. I don't think these letters will ever reach anyone. We are sent out to expand the barrier, clear the way. But we were ambushed. I don't know what I'll do anymore. I'm lost. I'll tuck these papers underneath my armor. I'm still hearing things. I can't sleep. I have to keep watch. The others are in bad shape. I have to keep them safe. I have to. At least for the time being. I wish you could come and save me. Eara. There. I wonder if you think I'm dead. And that is why you forgot about me. I wish I was. But alas, I am here. It is perhaps day 5. I might be losing my mind. It was him. It was my father. He spoke to me. Perhaps it was all a dream, but he looked undead as any other. Skin like ash, veins blue, holes protruding into the skin. But it was him, clear as day. He spoke to me. I swear it. Perhaps I am dead after all. None of this could be real, right? Darren, it is day 15, I think, after losing my way in the silt. The stars and the sun do not shine through, and as such, I cannot tell what day it truly is. It has all become a blur after that day. Sometimes I feel like I can still hear his voice. It haunts me. I couldn't sleep after that day. I needed to know more. I needed to know why they said that to me. I needed to know what it meant. I don't know how far I've walked. It's cold and I want to go home, but I can't just yet. I ran out of water the other day, and I think I've been walking along the river's edge for a while now. It doesn't flow. It's still, so I suppose it's not a river, but it looks like one. As I walked along, it became clear, and I took the chance and drank it. It tasted fine, and I'm alive, it seems. At least, that's all that really matters after all. The others, they've all died. I honestly don't know what to do anymore. I don't know where I am. I can't even use the stars anymore. It's been so long since I've seen the damned stars. Gods. It once brought me comfort to know that we laid underneath the same stars, even if we are far away from one another. The dark sky does not bring me comfort any longer. The blood, it won't come off. I don't know if I should hide or not. I hear footsteps everywhere, but I cannot see a thing. I am losing my mind. These lonely letters will never reach you, will they? I'll just die out here. Never accomplish a thing. I'll never see my brother. I'll never see you. I'll just be another undead. I'll never see the sun, moon, or stars again. I'll never taste the first snowflake of the season. I'll never don a dress again. I'll never dance with you again. I'll never kiss you again. But I have to find out more. I need to know the answers. I need to know why. I need to know what happened. Even if I never make it out of the silt, I need to know. It's the only way I'll accept death. May the Sixth bless me with a swift one, and may Manium burn for all its sins. Eara. To my dear Taryn, I know you no longer receive my letters, And yet, I write to you still. This will be my final one, out of the hundreds lost to you. I have done my best to avenge my comrades, yet I am still not satisfied. There are many things I have yet to do, yet to accomplish. Perhaps I will never see you again. After my time in the silt, I only have more questions to answer. They might lead me further into the shroud, or they might lead me right into the heart of the Northland. Only time will tell. I love you. I always will, like I promised. I just wish you didn't break yours. Goodbye. Your knight, Eara. Thank you, General. I am still acclimating to being around normal people and not soldiers anymore. So I appreciate the warm welcome and hospitality. See, as you know, it has always been a dream of mine to serve the imperial family, as my brother and father did before me. And it seems I have much to learn here, as an imperial knight, and as part of the Order of Eunomia, as well as a citizen. No, I had no trouble getting here. Those at Azar were sad to see me go after, what was it, 7 years? Well, I felt I had done my part, and I felt a calling to this place. Oh, of course, I am still quite young, but I felt I'd like to explore a little more before my bones go rigid. Speya has changed a great lot since I last saw her. It is more beautiful than I remember, really. Truly, improvements made by the prince himself. He must be quite innovative and intelligent. I am incredibly honored to serve such a person. Oh, no, I am not nervous. Nothing seems to shake me anymore. Well, time and the silt will do that to a person, I suppose. But looking over the records you have given me before, I have a few suggestions. I think my first order of business will to be reorganizing the princess's guards. I think that it is of the utmost importance to protect her, especially if she's with child. The imperial family must be rather elated with the soon-to-be birth of a grandchild. I have heard that the princess is quite beautiful. Just rumors passed along. I know they were a big topic at Azar while I was there. Consort Carmilla and her younger sister, the Princess Consort Rixas. Yes. They were just regular rumors about their looks. Apparently they have the most piercing pale blue eyes. But the rumors, well, they were nothing I'd particularly take part in, of course. Hearsay. Oh, I see. Well, I look forward to meeting them both. Thank you, again, General, for your generosity. I will use this position very wisely. Ah, is this it? Very well then. Thank you for escorting me here. Good greetings, Prince Taros.